So for this week of day trading, we had a bunch of news. We had FOMC, jobless claims, and non-farm payroll stuff too. So low-key going into this week, I was expecting the beginning to be a bit more choppy and boring than usual in preparation for all of that news. Meaning I was trying my hardest to not trade that much on these days because I hate choppy ranges in general. But the real problem was after all the news came out, the market kind of just moved straight down. So I was struggling to find any subs to enter on, and instead of just staying patient, I eventually gave in and just ended up getting clapped. But I also did go a little off script towards the end of the week for a little surprising outcome. So yeah, enjoy this week's recap. Alrighty, to start off this week of day trading, we have Monday, where I did see price have this little gap up on Sunday's open, so I was leaning more bullish, but was expecting price to fill the gap first and maybe have a bounce near these 400s if price did want to keep going up. However, off market open, price kind of just bounced before filling the gap, so we could just pump up now. But we did also have this fat double-sided wick, so I was a little sus of today's price action, especially because we did have FOMC stuff later this week too. A bit later though, there was a chance to try a long here off this moving average bounce, but I really didn't like this whole area because we still haven't filled this gap yet, so price could still drop. And also because this was still looking more bearish to me with price struggling to break higher twice, so I did want to see a higher high set first before trying a long. Low-key though, my spider senses were just tingling, telling me to wait a little bit more, which was the right call as price did have this fat wick down, followed by another fat wick on this green candle. Seeing that, my brain was setting off alarms like, don't trade this shit until we get a clear move out of the zone. So yeah, I waited and price did just stall for a bit more before finally getting that move down to fill that opening gap, which did just get bought back up with this candle. And I don't know, I just didn't like how price was moving today, so I did just hop off the charts here without taking a trade. Alright, so for today, I saw that overnight price did pop back up to these highs, so I was leaning more bullish if price could break these highs and hold higher, but we could just fall back down to the lows from yesterday, so I wasn't too sure on this. But off market open, we did get that pop up immediately, so I was like, damn, is this gonna be one of those fat opening pumps that I have to sit out on? But that did get shut down real quick as price was shoved all the way down here to the lows of this pre-market area, which yeah, that was also bought up to form this fat wick, so still potential for that pop up. However, with these next candles rejecting price, I was starting to lean more bearish. Price was looking a bit choppy though, so I didn't want to take a short just yet. I eventually did take a stab short though after seeing this weaker move up get slapped down again, but again, I wasn't too confident in this short as price has just been a bit choppy with these wicks. So yeah, when this candle started to form a wick against me, I just bailed out near break even. I probably should have just held it though because we did get that move down. However, that also did get bought right back up though, so I don't know. At this point, I honestly wasn't really looking to get in a trade because I didn't like how price was moving today. I did see another short opportunity though off this wick from the moving average, but I just didn't love how price was getting bought up here, so I didn't take it. And when this next candle was looking hella green, I just closed the charts because I didn't want to stare at this shit any longer. However, when I came back later, I saw that price did drop hella like right after I logged off, so damn bro, maybe I should have just held my first short because then I probably would have ended today way more in the green. Instead, I'm up a good old $3. So for today, we had the big FOMC news coming out, and honestly, I wasn't really expecting price to move that much in the morning, so I was debating just to sleep in, but I decided to give it a try just in case, you know. And for today, price was staying within this tighter range, so I honestly was looking for a break out of this area first before doing anything, which off open, price did try and break lower, but was bought up instantly. Then it did try and pop higher, but that was rejected too. So yeah, price just seemed to be staying within this tighter range, which means I just gotta sit there and wait. I did see a decent long chance for like 25 points with these lows holding and a bounce off the moving average here with this wick, which would have worked out, so I probably could have taken it, but I really didn't like having that smaller reward, and I just don't like playing in ranges in general. So honestly, I should have just slept in today because yeah, price ended up just staying within this range even after attempting to break higher again, which means yeah, yet another day gone with no real trades taken. And I don't know, lately I just haven't really liked the way price has been moving, but maybe I'm just being a little too picky now. So after FOMC yesterday, I guess things got crazy in the afternoon session, and overnight price did just keep pushing higher too. So I don't know, hopefully we don't just chop around in the morning and instead maybe just keep pushing higher. Yeah, no, that didn't happen as off open price just fell straight down. So at least it wasn't choppy, but with this fat move, I probably wasn't going to catch a trade for a while. Eventually price did get a pullback here, but there wasn't really a good short setup for me, so I just had to wait some more. I was looking for a potential wick higher before trying to short, but yeah, we really didn't get that as price did just keep dropping even more. At this point, I really just wanted to chase in and catch some of the move with a short, but low-key, I just accepted that I missed the move, so no trades from me. And like, I don't know, with price stalling around here earlier in the day, I was thinking about just ripping a short, but the risk would have been like 50 points. So I really did want to just see price wick higher one more time to get a better entry for a short, which yeah, didn't happen. So I just sat on my hands yet again today with no trades. Alrighty, with all the news finally out this week, hopefully today I can catch a decent setup because low-key, I'm about to crash the fuck out if I don't get anything. And to start off the day, I did see that price has just been plummeting since yesterday, so going in for today, I was more bearish as long as price held below these 200s, and off open price just continued to plummet even more, which yeah, there really wasn't a chance for me to get in short, so again, another day of waiting. But price again just kept pushing lower, so I honestly was just about to pack it up for today and accept that I ain't gonna catch a good trade this week. But I really wanted to catch something this week, so I stayed on the charts, and eventually price got this fat buy up, so I realistically should have been more cautious of trying to short. But no, I saw these wicks near the moving average and just jumped in a short anyways, which was just immediately wrong for a fat loss. Once I start trading though, it's hard to stop, especially when price did just fall back down after hitting my stop loss. So yeah, I re-entered a short, but I know I should have just waited for this candle to close at least, cause yeah, I immediately got stopped out again for a loss. I probably should have just been patient and not taking these trades, but like again, not catching anything this whole week was pissing me off, especially cause I only have like a week left on the eval. So like fuck bro, trying to follow my rules and setups has just led to 2 dry ass weeks. Maybe these 2 weeks have just been bad for my setups, but like low-key trading with my gut feelings with at least some logic behind it just works way better than whatever I'm trying to do right now. Cause yeah, after yesterday, I got pissed off and ended up trying out one of MyFundedFutures new accounts, aka the new core account, cause it's cheap as fuck, which I ended up passing in these 2 days by just ripping some trades with like 1 mini. So honestly, I don't know at this point. So yeah, this week was something else, I guess. First, let's start with the main eval I've been using, where I did stick to my plan of staying patient early on this week because of the heavier news, which resulted in only 1 break-even trade because I just didn't like what I was seeing. However, yeah, I did end up breaking on Friday and lost almost 600 bucks. That day, I did stick to my rule of not going over my max loss of 600 bucks, but honestly, I shouldn't even have taken those trades anyways. And then on the other side of things, we do have this other eval I bought this week for like 65 bucks because I honestly was just getting tired of waiting for a decent setup on the other one. So I was just going to use this eval to blow off some steam, where I basically just went a little degen mode and traded off my own ideas regardless of whether it was a setup I've been using or not, which yeah, worked way better with me just passing it due to price moving hella these past 2 days. As you can see, I did also try my hand at other stuff like gold, but yeah, I did just get clapped trying that. I did also try trading in pre-market, which did work out too, but overall a lot of these later trades were just me trying to get my profit days to be exactly 50-50 in order to pass this account in 2 days, because yeah, there is a 50% consistency rule on these new core accounts for the eval phase, but a pass is a pass though, so we funded again. Now that I have these 2 accounts though, I'll probably keep trying to stay disciplined on that first eval for 1 more week to see how things go, because maybe this week was just bad for my setups due to all the news. I will be more aggressive on this eval though by trading 1 mini next week, because I do have a funded account now that I will trade after this one is gone or passed. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this new funded account safe for now because I'm a little unsure on how I want to trade it based off my current results. I will probably take a small trade on it though, because I think you gotta trade like once a week to keep it active. So yeah, overall next week the main focus will be whether I can get another funded account or not, I guess. So see you then. And yeah, for this week's secret message, I don't know, I guess if I do get 2 payouts somehow, I'll probably end up streaming again on YouTube, so there's that. And I don't know, I'm also working on that Discord, so one day it'll drop, one day.